So, we've covered a lot of, shall we say, crazy stuff and just general crazy people and, Wizards of Woo on this channel. But there is one constant thing that all these, quacks and, woo-woo pushers do, and that's lie. And there is no more stranger lie than the one of the Breatharians. And if you don't know what a Breatharian is, allow me to literally enlighten you about what they are. Basically, these people believe they don't eat, they don't drink. No, they survive on universe juice, which they believe in some sort of, magical energy that they can, draw into them that somehow manages to help them survive. And so, as a result, they don't need to eat, they don't need to drink, they don't need to poop or pee. Yes, that is the magical claims that these Breatharians take. Yet in one bizarre video, how to become a Breatharian, in the background of this guy's kitchen, while he's creating this lemon juice, apparently that will help you become a Breatharian, there is a toaster, a blender, and even a juicer in the background. So how truthful are Breatharians about them not eating? Well, truth is, they're not very truthful at all. Because in the past, whenever one of these Breatharians, particularly their cult leaders, have, shall we say, taken the challenge and been monitored for a week, monitored by a doctor, in a room, confined to a room, monitored 24/7 to make sure that they aren't eating or drinking, they fail. They never make it past the third or fourth day because the doctor has to pull the experiment because they've lost so much weight, they've got irregular heart rates and everything. And there's even one guy in America, the guy who started this, has been caught so many times, in restaurants, coming out of fast food places, going shopping. Why would a Breatharian, someone who doesn't need to eat or drink, go shopping? And this is such a bizarre thing for people to believe. I couldn't personally believe it. I mean, back in the sort of mid-90s, this was a massive thing because there was a woman, two people in the UK had basically starved themselves to death, and people were like, hang on, what's going on? Why are these people literally starving themselves to death? Because it had become a fad for people to follow, and people were believing this woman that she was literally surviving on universe juice, and she'd released, to this day she's still releasing books about Breatharianism. But she couldn't survive the week-long test. Panorama did a special about it, and surprise, surprise, there was a woman in Scotland who, when they read her diary, was constantly making references to her books and her, practices. So when she was put to the, this 24/7 monitoring test, by the fourth day she failed. There was, she was proven at that point to be a fraud, yet she still exists and she still touts her theories. In fact, her reason for why she failed this test was that she said that the program had been pumping in bad air to make her feel ill, for her to fail on purpose. But yet she can't survive someone who is, feeding on universal energy. She can't survive. And there are numerous Breatharians who have submitted to this to prove that they can do it. They can't. They end up losing so much weight and, enter into dangerous territory. The doctors they have monitoring have said, you literally cannot ethically continue this test because they are going to die. So there you have it. That's the breatharians, the people who lie about eating.